Damn, they zapping my channel already in the AM? Come on, man. Y'all zapping me early, yo. This is crazy. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Yeah. Let's go. Best in the biz, baby. There's a lot of zapping going on, baby. There's a lot of zapping going on. Uh-huh. OT Boxing, what up? What up? Yeah, that's me rapping. Yeah, that's me rapping. I made the beat, I be rapping and shit, so what the offer is, plus market in. Yeah, I make music, OT. Yeah, but yo, what's up? What up? What up? What up? You already know what it is. It's All Facts, No Opinion Sport Podcast. I'm your host, One Three. I don't let nothing marinate. We get straight to the sauce. Everything saucy. You hear, Ski? Shout out my co-host, Santos Boxing, my little broski, you know what I mean? Been a little busy, but hey, man, when you on papers, man, they put us through a lot of BS. So, we holding it down. We doing the best we can. But shout out to everybody, you know what I mean? OT, what up? What up, broski? Yo, I went on your channel. I subscribed. Listen, man, I love it. I love it. Especially the fight. Oh my god, yo, your videos, the breakdowns. I love it. We need that in boxing, and I'm glad you came over here because we're gonna build this community. And listen, man, it's time for the takeoff, man. It's time for the takeoff, yo. Now I mean, because we need that, like especially in this community, like the videos you do, bro. We need that in the sport of boxing, man. I love it, like like how your videos, the breakdowns, the clips that you have, you know, it it's a good segment for boxing. I don't see a lot of people doing it, and shout out to We Game All Night. He got little videos like that too, but that's between UFC and boxing. And both of y'all, just keep up with that. Cause we're gonna go. And that right now you part of the community. So that shit is all takeoff. You feel me? It's all takeoff. Um Y'all, y'all read the title: Arnold Barboza, Kenneth Sims at a new weight. First fight at welterweight. Hey, this one going to be a banger. It's a light banger. And Zuffa Recap. Zuffa Recap. Welcome to episode 64. Um, Listen, man, I'm gonna start off with Zuffa. We're gonna get into the Arnold Barboza and Kenneth Sims. But we got to start off with Zuffa, man. Listen, man, I ain't no Glazer. I ain't no Rick Glazer, but at the end of the day, man, yo, that card was fire. And what I mean by that, it's to me, y'all. It's to me. You feel me? Robert Garcia had 1,000 fighters on there. I won't be surprised Robert Garcia is a silent partner, but that brother deserve it. I told you, bro, we about to build, bro. We all facts. We all about to take off. And I'm glad, listen, I'm glad we linked. You heard me, OT, because this is what it's about, bro. When I went to your channel, I said, ooh, we need this. We need, because everything aligned with each other. Everything aligned from what we doing here to what my co-host Santos Boxing bringing from the 0.5 speed and your channel and what the brother we game all night. Yo, the dissection of a fight, people want to see it perfectively. Know what I mean? And then when we come back, you got like myself, then you got shout out my brother Frontline and them over there. Like, bro, it's it's in the community is deep, you know. And the crazy thing is, no, I'm in Philly. We got brothers in Florida. You know, free my guy H Money. You know, hopefully H Money. You know, I don't know what's up with my guy, but you know he out like the Midwest, West Coast. You know, if I'm not mistaken, you out the O. You feel me? You know, and where we coming from, man, we coming from boxing states and boxing cities. You feel me? Like when you look at facts, we connect all four corners of the ring, and that's a fact. But the places we come from, you heard OT, like it's a real, know what I mean, like niggas really rumble. Like, and what I tell people is, nigga, when we walk outside, when we open our front door and go outside, bro, we rumbling. Now, I mean, there's a difference from rumbling and boxing, and from Philly. I'm talking about from Pennsylvania, from Philly, Pittsburgh, Renton, etc. New York City, Maryland, from Baltimore, D.C., Ohio. I don't care if you talking about Cleveland, Toledo, Cincinnati, Youngstown. I forgot what my cousins in them at. Another part out there, like all of that shit, like, bro. Detroit, like Michigan. When we walk out our front door, we rumbling from the rip. We learn how to fight. You know what I mean? We know how to fight. And the only thing is we just learn discipline when we get in the gym. You feel me? That's how I see things and look at it. You know, even Bud Crawford even stated it. You know, you go to Philly, you go to like any like from Philly fight towns, Philly, Ohio, Detroit. I mean, like Michigan, New York, Maryland. When you go out there, these brothers already walking outside, already knowing how to fight. They just got to learn discipline. But you got other people that you know, let's say like a Texas, there's no shade, no nothing. Know what I mean? But I'm talking about like certain fighters, you know, they just to take a person to a gym and you become a gym rat. And what I mean by that, like you're a creative player. That's how I look at motherfuckers that ain't born with it. I look at them like creative players, you know. You know, but yeah, bro, I got this vision, man, and I'm telling you, bro, it's a takeoff. It's a takeoff. You know, hopefully, you know, this week coming up, you know, this Saturday, multiple fights, you know, give you breakdowns on that. You know, I when I go over to round one sports, I will be representing you know. Shout out the frontline and them. I'm gonna send a motherfucking text and tell them, you know what I mean, listen, this is what it is for fight breakdowns. I need y'all to push this. You know what I mean, we already got gaming in there now. For the breakdowns, we need you. You know what I mean? And I love it, bro. I love this shit, man. I love the sport of boxing, man. But I love coming together, bro. I love coming together because great minds think alike, man. You know, but yeah, I want to get into the Zuffa card real fast. I'm gonna keep it real. I don't know what the fuck I was watching. I've been watching that card since 5 o'clock. You know what I mean? And I was tired of shit. But one thing I can say, I was entertained. I was entertained. Listen, shout out, real man. Robert Garcia. Listen, if I ever went out the West Coast, and my son will tell you this, I said, bro, you ever go out the West, nigga? I don't give a fuck. I'm paying for Robert Garcia. Now, I mean, even if I gotta pay for a week, they said that shit 1,000, nigga. I gotta send you there, you know? Yeah, and we're about to set up a shit. Facts, we can do that. We can do that. You heard OT, we can do that. You know, like a boxing analyst. You know, we dissect. You know, once we finish watching your tape and your breakdowns, we can dissect on that. We can definitely do that. I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm with it, bro. Because I love your content. Know what I mean? I love your content. Yeah, that Zuffa car, I loved it. That's why I'm getting the Robert Garcia. Shout out to Emiliano Alvarado. Bro, Robert Garcia got one. He got a switch hitter. Robert Garcia got one. Shout out to the boy Gant from Camden. You can tell his condition wasn't right. And what I mean by that is I hope a lot of these young brothers out here, this is the shit I be talking about y'all conditioning. You know, you think you're ready, but once you get in there, the atmosphere is different. You know, and my son will tell you this because I give him game. you know, and he takes a weird my son download this shit. You feel me? And when he understand, he be like, all right, let me get out, let me test myself. But the point I'm getting is like you can go to certain gyms and spar people, right? But when you go to an amateur fight, you get in the ring, it's the same fucking ring, but the atmosphere is different. You, that's one thing about Gant was, Gant looked good the first round, I'm like, all right, that jab, that overhand, like he looked good. But when Alvarado, like when that young boy switched, he started to download that data second, third round, man. That nigga was pressing. Young boy was pressing. He's pressing. He's 18 years old. Gant ain't wanted to fight no more. Gant, the referee, when he dropped the referee, like, yo, you want to go? Gant was like, no, no. And this was the fourth round TKO. Shout out to Emiliano Alvarado. Robert, you got one. I like this kid. I grew to like this kid. Robert had a couple fighters on here. I like this kid a lot. Second, oh my God. Shout out to the guy Clark. But Oswaldo Molina, Guadalajara. Let me tell you something. Y'all think Canelo the shit? Oh my God. This kid Molina, I promise y'all. I never seen a Mexican like this. Bro, I never seen a Mexican so light on their feet. Bro, this nigga remind me of a Cuban. And at the end of the fight, Max Kellerman asked him, "Who's your favorite fighter?" He said, "No, I like Laura. I like Islandi Laura, and I take from the Cubans." Bro, this fucking kid, man, jazz spectacular, footwork spectacular, angles. I'm gonna keep it real, bro. And when you watching, this is how Canelo used to fight back then, And then so he turned pro with Oscar, and his whole situation changed. But this, please, Oswaldo Molina, please, y'all go check this kid out. Please go check. And it was so dangerous about this kid. This nigga at 135. He's at 135. Pain and pressure. Yo, Oswaldo Molina, please go check him out, y'all. This kid, when y'all see him, I promise you, the shit I'm saying, I promise you, when y'all see him, y'all gonna be like, oh, I, I see, I see, I see. Then we go to the middleweight fight. You had Troy Woods, who was 14-0, but his first loss, like he never had a loss. He got disqualified. Well, yesterday he got his motherfucking loss. Shout out to Buke. Buke looked. Listen, the first round Buke looked gooder than the motherfucker. Second round, you watch Troy Woods come take it. But yo, my guy won split decision. You know what I mean? 75, but bro, Buke looked it good. Buke looked it good. He was 12-3, but now he's 13-3. Yeah, OT Molina looked it good. Buke got that victory over Troy Nash and controlled the fight. And the key thing about Troy seen the opportunities there. You feel me? But Buke was so much of a dog, like his defense, his offense was straight and superb, and I always tell people, because you got 3 lessons on your record doesn't mean you still can't become a champion. Once you get the opportunity, you can. Like what's the guy, Eric Crumble? If I'm not mistaken, that's his name, Brian Crumble. Eric Crumble, the nigga got like 33 fights with 33 losses. People will look at that like, damn, he got that he learned. Me personally, nigga, I'm gonna keep it Tallski, right? Me personally, by me keeping it Tallski is them 33 times he lost, that's still 33 times of experience. So that doesn't mean you're going to go in there and do the same thing what another person did. That's why I always tell people is don't say yo whoop somebody ass because he fuck around and end up whooping your ass. Hey, to each his own. But yeah, Buke looked good, man. He looked good. Sharp style, stood in the pocket. He looked good. Then you go to Leo Rios and Casey Streeter, TKO, TKO. Shit was crazy. TKO. It was a cool joint, shout out another victory. Leo and Emiliano Alvarado, all, Garcia camp. Shout out to J Barbaro Panito, you know, Abel Meja, did him dirty. Second round, third round knockout, third round stoppage, dropped him in the second round. Third round came. Hey, hey, man, he advanced to 7-0, 5 KOs. Yo, shout out to Freddie Roach. Freddie Roach, you got one. You know, if I'm not mistaken, I think this. I don't know if this brother Mexican or Hawaiian. The motherfucker might be mixed. You know what I mean? He part of the bloodline. You know, shout out to Benito. Shout out that nigga Uso. Benito is a Uso. Now, I mean, he whooped Abel ass at 135. That's one thing, yo. Zuffa got a lot of 135 fighters, man. You know, now let's go to the light heavyweight. Uh, Ahmed, what's his fucking name? El El Bia, some shit like that. He was fighting a guy, the Jazampakov, whatever his fucking name is, the boy Umar. A nasty knockout. I'm gonna tell y'all, you know, this got to go for one of the a runner up for knockouts of the year. You know that uppercut was deadly, but it's the after effect, the aftershock. When you see that, yo, when he hit the motherfucker with that uppercut, I thought the nigga was on a visible bike trying to put the kickstand up. You feel me? We game all night. What up? What up? I thought he was trying to put the kickstand up. You feel me? Hey, we game all night. You seen the Zuffa card? Yo, when he hit that ball with that uppercut in that second round, you see, you see a mad legs. That shit locked. Then when he felt, you see how his leg was shaking, like he was trying to kickstart the dirt bike. Bro, that shit was nasty. Nasty. 175, lightweight. Like, yo, y'all got a problem on your hands. You know, shout out to the coach, you know, who answered the question. Like, we don't know if we ready until you give us the opportunity. And that's what's wrong with a lot of fighters. You never know when a fighter ready till you give them the opportunity. You feel me? Um, Now going to the main event, you know, going into the main event, Charles Martin, man, yo, Charles Martin always been chinny. You know, ever since he got knocked out, if I'm not mistaken, he ain't never been the same. You know, he'll look good in the first half, you know, but yeah, for a jobber, man, he pressure, bro. That shit was pressure and pain. You know, Jabba was putting on pressure and pain, man. Dropped Martin in the third round, fourth round came, you know, he got the stoppage. Fourth round knockdown in the stoppage, you feel me? And yo, a Jabba need another opportunity, man. You know, I would like to see a Jabba and Moses Atama go at it, you know. But the key thing, y'all, shout out to yo, you seen Teofimo next to Nick Khan? Teofimo was by the ring next to Nick Khan. Shout out Nick Khan. Shout out Teofimo. You know, shout out Dana. Yo, even Shushu pulled up. Shout out to the new WBC champion Shushu at 126. You know, they even had Molly Madison there. You know, listen, Zuffa, come to the East Coast. Bring this shit to Atlantic City. Real rad. Because the prelims will be sold out. And hey, Vegas, man. Listen, you gotta support boxing, bro. This is on a Sunday, man. Sunday. We not getting no NFL until next season. So if Zuffa can take over Sundays, bro, I'm cool with that. You know, because the first two cards, I just was biased because of the fighters' pay. But me personally, I realized I'm not getting paid by none of these motherfuckers, so I don't care. Long as we get to get some fire fights, that's all that count. And we getting some great fights right now. Card number 3, Zuffa 3 was a fire card. Zuffa 3 was a fire fucking card. You know, I like that a lot of fighters they got, and it's great. And it's great, hey. Yeah, Shiraz, yo. Another thing, breaking news, Shiraz, Diego Pacheco fight ain't going through, so Shiraz fighting the guy Aline, Bijic, some shit like that. Aline Bijic, a 38-year-old for the WBO championship, for the WBO title. Bro, who the fuck is this guy? That's what I tell you, yo. The WBO. Shout out to Jermel Charlo for saying everything that I said and stated about the WBO and how that WBO title was. I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess it's me. I guess it's me. I guess it's me. That's all I'm saying. I guess it's me. No, but besides that, man, it's a lot. It's a lot going on. You hear me? But I'm a cook and I'm going to talk about it. I'm a cook and I'm going to talk about it. You know what? They zapped me in the beginning of the live, so please, people, bear with me. You know, I got zapped in the beginning of the live. It's cool. It ain't about nothing. You know, this is what they always do when you really popping. You know, and you putting pain and pressure in there. You know, this is what they always do. But long as y'all get to like my, and pull up on the pimp, that's all that count. That's all that count. Come on YouTube, man. Like I see what y'all doing to my notifications. Like I got a following. I got a following. And I want to know, can we sue? If I find out the person that's getting me zapped, I want to know, can we sue? You know, real rap. And it be a lot of these corny motherfuckers be thinking it's funny till you catch them in real life. I promise you. I promise you. If I run into you, I'ma fuck you up. If I know that you zap me, I'ma fuck you up. I'm just being real. I'm being real. All dog shit. I'm being real. Shout out to everybody on YouTube tuned in. Shout out to everybody on YouTube. Shout out to everybody on Facebook tuned in. You know, we gotta cook, man. We gotta cook. But yeah, the kid, yo, please, Oswaldo Molina, please go check him out. Yo, this Mexican kid, he's with Zuffa. Yo, he's nice. He's super duper nice. He's at the lightweight division, 135. Listen, man, this kid, he's nice. Got a UD 65-55 was the scorecards. Great. Great. He fight like a true American, y'all. Like you really watch this kid, you would think he grew up on the East Coast. His feet, like his jab. Oh my God, yo, I gotta talk about him. I'm sorry if I'm Rick Glazer today and I'm glazing Zuffa. My apologies, y'all, but I seen some nice kids on this card, and shout out to Zoo for y'all golden right now. I'm calling it right now. They got a bunch of golden fighters. They got a bunch of golden fighters, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that, and the boxing world should appreciate it. But besides that, you know, yeah, but let's cook this Hamza Shiraz situation. He got a WBO title shot. Fighting for a vacant belt. Um, No, him Alim fighting a 38-year-old fighter. It shows right here, shows who really pulled out the fight. I don't believe Diego Pacheco pulled out the fight if he have an opportunity for a title shot. But some fighters, they don't want that title. Like a lot of people want that WBC because they know once you touch that title, you make a lot of money. You know, uh, but the WBO is the lowest, and I'm sorry, it's the worst body sanction. And after that, it's the Ring magazine, but it's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. You do your history, you learn your history, you'll know the WBO is worth shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, this shit about to happen soon, no later than like March, April. Uh, Listen, man, you see the WWE shit going on in boxing, man. You see it. If you can't see it, you must be motherfucking blind. But at the end of the day, it's only right, we got to talk about this fight. Kenneth Sims, you know, fighting another a brand name. Both fighters coming off a loss, which is a great fight coming back. Whoever wins is going to be a great name on a resume. Even if Arnold Barboza wins, you got a Kenneth Sims on your resume. Even if Kenneth Sims win, you got an Arnold Barboza on your resume. But at the end of the day, whoever lose this fight, the loser, you still can't count him out, because he's still an affordable name and he still got the opportunity to become a champion. This is what makes the greats. What makes you a great is when you learn your lesson, you come back off of your lesson. You know what I mean? That's why like Jameer Charlo, Canelo, Pacquiao, Bernard Hopkins, Roy Jones. When fighters get losses, when you learn your first lesson and you come back and win, it shows that you're a born champion. It's always was destined for you to become a champion. You feel me? But at the end of the day, you never let that loss dictate your resume and your lifestyle in boxing. You don't want to become a journeyman, you know? Because that's real shit. It's real shit. Shout out to my co-host Santos Boxing, right? We was having a conversation late last night, right? And he was mentioning, he was like, damn, you peep how Zuffa is signing all of the journeymen. And no, shout out to Jalil Hackett. You feel me? Because he mentioned Jalil Hackett. And when he brought that up, I said that's crazy. Because when you look at it, they're trying to make Jalil Hackett as a journeyman. You feel me? He's an affordable name, but he's a journeyman. And that's fucked up because Jalil should be ranked higher. Even with the lesson that he got, he didn't lost that fight. He was robbed. But at the end of the day, y'all give him the opportunity back, he's going to put that pressure on. That's the storylines that make the boxing. Facts. It's the storylines. And it's a lot of storylines that's out there, you know? Storylines from the amateurs. You got storylines from sparring sessions. But right now, all of this brotherhood shit in boxing need to go. It needs to go. I'm tired of people talking about, oh, it's the best boxer I've seen since when? Need this. Yeah, it's an activity league that's great for boxing. I agree with you. You know, but listen, like shout out to Richardson Hitchens. I see why a lot of people don't know, like, bro, like you really ain't prove yourself. You talk a lot of heavy shit, but you ain't prove yourself. You can watch certain fights, and I'm gonna keep it real. This Oscar Duarte fight versus Richardson Hitchens. It can be a 2.0 Shakur Williams Zepeda. The good, the worst, the you know, that shit can be like Shakur Williams Zepeda 2.0.
My chips.
Uh, My apologies, y'all, being interrupted. And these motherfuckers don't know, like copyright strikes will fuck your shit up. You feel me? And I'm trying to build and gain. Like, yo, turn that down. I'm trying to build and gain. I ain't got time for I got kids. They be watching some corny shit. Like, bro, don't fuck my live up for these corny ass freaky motherfuckers. Real rap. Cause I'm trying to gain. Once this shit get monetized, man, this shit off to the races. You dig me? Know what I mean? And that's a motherfucking fact. You know that it's Shakur at least at facts. It's true though. It's true, and that's how I look at it. It's gonna be one of those. But hopefully, what Hitch can keep that shit in the middle of the ring. Because I believe if Cora would have kept that shit in the middle of the ring, how he was popping Zepeda head back, he probably would have got a knockdown. Because Tevin did it. We watched Tevin do it, bro. Know what I mean? And if you ask me, I thought Tevin performance against William Zepeda the first time was a way better performance than Shakur's. And Tevin really beat him convincingly the first fight. You know what I mean? When I look at Shakur fight, I'm like, okay, if you ask me and we watch it in 0.5 speed and the volume down and take the biased commentary out, Zepeda forced you to fight his fight. I thought Zepeda won. Know what I mean? I really thought he won, And then when Shakur came back and beat Tio, I'm like, all right, now this the core I really know. I've been asking for this Shakur since 126, 130, because at 135, he was ass. He was ass 135. No, I'm just saying it. At 135, Shakur wasn't at his best at 135. I'm tired of people saying he beat people convincingly. He ran from De Los Santos. He ran from De Los Santos. And I be telling people, how the fuck? Because a lot of people, he hurt his hand in the fight. How he hurt his hand if he never threw no punches? Then when I tell them that, you know what they say? Well, he hurt his hand before the fight. Stop fucking lying. We got to stop this Mayweather effect. Is that a southpaw, when you're a southpaw, yeah, you seen Tio at Zuffa? Don't be surprised Tio end up being a Zuffa champion. Don't be surprised he come over there. You see him sitting right next to Nick Khan? Yeah. Yeah. But they had some celebrities in there. They definitely had some celebrities in there. People showed up, pop out. I just wish the crowd would have been filled that joint up, man. Because if that shit was over here in the East Coast or something, man, nigga, the prelims would have been lit. We would have been in there, because they missed a lot of good fights. They missed them prelims was fire, y'all. They missed a lot of good fights, the setup cool, people will bitch about the setup, people will bid about it, but hey, to each his own, to each his own. And if that shit hold 100 people, come on Vegas, come out and support that shit. You dig me? Yeah. But nah. Hey, OT, these motherfuckers be giving me strikes, bro. Every time, like right now, they be zapping the shit out my live. But listen, I gotta tell the truth. I gotta tell people what it is. I think Tio can have his way at Zuffa. Yes, he can. He can. But one thing about Tio is, like, he need to know certain fights, bro. You gotta use that jab, bro. You gotta use that jab, bro. Like, yo, it is. Hopefully, hey, we game all night. It is. It's getting renovated. Hopefully, man. But I like this. I like the setting. But that's the setting is like it's like it look like a club scene, like when you fighting on a Shetland circuit or the grassroots shit, and you just happen to get into a fire club. That's what it looked like. But at the end of the day, they got some fighters over there. That's one thing I can't say. I can't lie about. They got some fighters. Uh, Robert Garcia, man, listen, all his fighters over there. All that, man, for Robert getting that bag, bro. Cause over there is different from how boxing with the Ali Act over. That shit is like 80% for the fighter, 20% for the promoter. But over there is 20% for the fighter, 80% for the promoter. But me, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I think I got a gut feeling they paid him some more money, bro. Probably Bitcoin or something. You feel me? No, I don't know. That's just me. I got a gut feeling. But to each his own, man. To each his own. It's gonna be. It's going to hold up to like 2,500, I think, or maybe a bit less. But that's still cool. 2,500 is still cool. But you want to know if you got a star or not, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, them motherfuckers. Yeah. Remember, this place was built as the USC. But facts, facts, facts. That's a fact. We game all night cooking. WGAN cooking. He cooking. That's a fact. You listen, I'm stuttering right now, man, because I don't really know what to say. I don't want to try to shit on people, but I love what I seen yesterday. I love what I seen yesterday. The fighters that they presented. I was skeptical. Like the Zuffa too. It was certain fighters I checked out. Zuffa one. I just went about because I just seen you starting off the year. In January, and then everything I'm watching is like, bro, the WBC with the Herende, Caballero, the Matias, y'all like all like it was a bunch of bad stoppages, corny shit. All right, bet. Bro, just Google search list of boxing free agents. It's a lot of free agents out here. It's a lot of free agents out here. And y'all just seen how the federal judge just blocked the Virgil Ortiz, Jerron Boots in his fight. Yeah, for April 18th. Hopefully we can still get the fight. That's what a lot of people putting in the news. The Oscar, the federal judge sided with Golden Boy and Oscar and and they froze Virgil Ortiz exit from Golden Boy. And see, this is the key thing which I don't understand, right? Because 2024 going into 2025, right? Golden Boy re-signed. Yo, I'm telling y'all, man, this shit was a 5-year contract. You feel me? And that's when they was talking bad about Top Rank. Remember that everybody was going to the zone. PBC was over there with Amazon. Top Rank was the only people that lost the television situation, the Clear Channel situation, right? Oscar went online and talked about it, saying, "Yeah, we straight. Me, Matron, we all K2 Queensbridge, we all under the zone. We got a 5-year contract." The next thing you know, now all of a sudden their contract is up. That's why I be telling y'all, we about to see a court system duck. And what I mean by that, these niggas don't want to fight Boots, bro. And I keep telling y'all that. Don't be surprised Virgil move up to 160. Know what I mean? Don't be surprised, man. Don't be surprised. I ain't never seen no less, bro. And I always tell people, all you gotta do, you know a duck when you see a duck. Cause all you gotta do is if you got a manager, right? If I'm your promoter, right? And I tell the fighter, it's a 60-40 deal, 35% goes to the loser if he lose, and 65 go to the winner. The other 5% go to the winner. 9 times out of 10, a person will take that deal because if you believe in yourself. But you got some motherfuckers that be like, nah, nigga, if I lose, I still want my 50%. Because you know, you might fucking lose. You feel me? But the shit that's going on, you people got to remember, Rick Moringian, he's not shooting off the hip and speaking for himself. He's speaking for his client, the shit his client tells him. So, you know, Virgil Ortiz Sr. probably be beating up Rick Moringian, like, nigga, you better go over there and check this shit, because if I go over there, there's going to be a problem. And that's one thing the Ortizes is probably trying to do is be professional. You know, they fighters. You feel me? Shit, Virgil will fight Oscar. But nigga, you got Bernard that's back there's gonna knock you the fuck out. You feel me? Hey, I'm just saying though. You know, I don't know. It's just a lot of weird shit going on in the background, man. It's a lot of weird shit. And then you got the fake news. Like right now, a lot of people don't know about the 14-day and the 7-day weight check. You know, and that's why I tell you when you look at listen, I'm gonna say it. Turkey, you know, when it came in the game, they brought communism into the game, man. No, if you're a true boxing fan, you know about the weight check-ins. You feel me? But to display them to the public right now, it's fucked up. Like 14 days ago, Ryan came in at what 154.2. He had to pay a $5,000 fine. You feel me? That was sad. You feel me? That was sad. But at the end of the day, the 7-day weight check-in, which was recently, came in at what was that 149, some shit like that. Barrios came in at 150. We got to fight. But the key thing I tell people is the false rumors niggas create, bro. The narratives people create. Oh, Ryan this, Ryan that, Ryan high, he drunk. Bro, let me tell you, steroids do not make you go crazy. Especially some fucking Ostarine. You feel me? And this is the key thing I get mad about this bullshit Ostarine shit, because if you're a snack fighter, if you're a snack fucking fighter, you're not taking supplements, you're taking needle shots. Nigga, that's a steroid, nigga. Don't believe me? Victor Conte will tell you. Every snack fighter takes something different. So, what you mean to tell me is the shit that I'ma purchase from you in them fucking tubes, the boxer's not taking those pills? So you mean to tell me every fighter that's on snack, they take something different, but it's a vaccination shot? It's a liquid. It's a vaccination shot, which is a steroid. Know what I mean? I'm just saying, though. Is it me? Y'all don't pay attention to every snack fighter? These niggas just having fun jumping up and down weight. You have a feeling Ryan will be weight drained? I don't know. I listen. I got a gut feeling Ryan gonna stop Barrios. The only problem is Ryan just chinny. He like Brian Orman Jr. Them niggas chinny in the first half of the fight. They chinny. Once he get his feet on the ground, once he catch his foot in like the second half of the fight, Barrios become chinny. You feel me? Barrios become chinny. Listen, I called this shit when Brian Norman was fighting Devin Haney. I said the first half of the fight, between the first and the third, no later than the fourth, Brian Norman becomes chinny. Devin Haney becomes chinny in the second half of the fight. You seen when Ryan dropped him. You seen when motherfucking Jorge Linares gave him the stanky leg in the 10th. Listen, I know these fighters, bro. I know a person's chin. I've been watching this shit since the 80s, bro. Since 87, 88, I've been watching this shit, bro. I watched the best fight the best, and I watched this the softest generation of boxing. The shit WWE, bro. Niggas got tag. Listen, they should start a tag team boxing match. Real rap. Cause this shit crazy. Oh, this my brother. This my bro. You don't even know the nigga. We not trying to hear none of that. Was Tank? Was Tank? Was Tank? Was Tank? And if Ryan Garcia can really pay attention, because that hook gonna be dangerous second half of the fight, but he can put him down. You seen what Abel Ramos was doing to him, bro. And that's the key thing a lot of people don't talk about. Abel beat the shit out of Mario Barrios, man. He won that fight and got robbed. Niggas even thought Pacquiao beat him. One thing about Barrios, the first half of the fight, he's an Aztec warrior. But the second half, And the problem with him is he never should have left Bob Santos. You never should have left Bob Santos, bro. Real rap. Think Ryan can drop him, but I don't think he has the stopping power. We're gonna find out. We're going to find out. Because you know, Rolly a different story. Like I tell people about Rolly, Rolly got Ryan number. He always had Ryan number in sparring and everything. You just got certain motherfuckers that got your number. You know, like Shakur, Devin Haney, all them niggas, but Tank whooped all their ass. Tank got all their number. And that's the key thing. Listen, why you think these motherfuckers want to fight this guy so bad? You know, like I tell people, right? People look at Floyd Mayweather. You know, Floyd was Shakur. No, nigga. Floyd was with Shakur in 2019. Floyd was there way before Andre Ward, nigga. When Floyd didn't listen, listen, all you gotta do go back and watch that motherfucking Olympic fight with Robeisy Ramirez. Floyd came there to support Shakur, and if Shakur would have won, he would have got signed to Mayweather Promotions. But he didn't. He lost. That's when the reason Shakur was crying because he knew he fucked up his contract. He's about to sign with Mayweather Promotions. You can hear the announcer say that. Oh, Floyd here came to see Shakur. Shakur about to be under Mayweather Promotions. You hear all that shit. You hear all of that shit. But to me, I thought Shakur lost because Mayweather came. It could have been that. Mayweather could have came in and just sabotaged the young boy whole situation. And a lot of people don't look at it like that. But I bet you Andre Ward did. Because I'm looking at it like that. I bet you Andre Ward did. I bet you that. Bro, I bet you Andre Ward felt that shit because I know I felt that shit. When I went back and rewatched that shit, I'm like, oh, why Shakur crying? But when I heard what the announcer stated, I said, oh, that boy came in and sabotaged that man's situation. You feel me? Listen, Tank threw everybody to oop. Tank was telling, listen, none of y'all niggas don't come over here, man. I'm getting treated like shit, bro. The next thing you know, once Al Heyman took over and shit, Floyd wasn't that guy no more, bro. Once Al Heyman took over Tank's career, oh, you got paid what? Oh, you got 75,000 for the Pedraza situation, but you only got 10,000 for the Rolly situation, and we just made, bro. You supposed to make 10 million off that fight, my nigga. Did he dirty? So what I'll do? Get the fuck up out of here. I got Tank, and Tank went on to new heights. This is the shit people need to understand, right? People need to understand. Like one thing about Al Heyman, and I respect Al. Shout out, he's a Harvard graduate, but the nigga know money. He's a real promoter. He's not like everybody else. The nigga's a real promoter. Every celebrity know him. The nigga's still throwing on concerts to this day. You feel me? But the key thing is, like, if Al come, like, all right, you're gonna fight this guy. Well, take this check right here. This check right here, this right here is low, but go pay your taxes. I got you. Just the back end money, you're gonna be great. Just go pay your taxes, pay your training camp, cool. Cause this right here, back income, you're like, damn, I just made 11 million. Yeah, nigga. It's 11 million yours. You ain't gotta pay no taxes, you ain't gotta pay nothing. Why? Cause you already paid the shit. But you can't tell, hey, you can't tell certain people that got spending habits like Floyd anything. You know? And when you look at it, see, any judge can look at it, bro. You owe $330 million in rent. How the fuck you owe $330 million in rent? How? If you own the building. If you're the owner, how the fuck you owe $330 million in rent? In rent. But you want to sue PBC, Al Heyman and them for 340. So that can help with the taxes and whatever left you could pocket. You the one that became a weight thought, nigga. And what I mean by that, you became an expedition thought to go over here and fight. Those shout out to the Jews. But nigga, they throw a leash on you, nigga. Go out there and get that money. You became a thought, nigga. A straight thought. A straight thought, bro. You know, and the people like, you ain't no Mayweather over there in they camp. Bro, All them niggas used to be over there in tank camp with him. Y'all forget the shit y'all looking at. We seen the best do it. Them, I wasn't. When you look at Keyshawn Shakur, them niggas wasn't none of them niggas better than AB, Tank, and the Charlo brothers and Deontay Wild when them niggas was running the shit. All of them niggas was there. Bud was there. He just was on the sideline watching. He wanted to be a part of that shit so bad. Don't believe me? The nigga even went out with them niggas. He used to always go, them niggas around, I'm going out there, which is not a problem. Which we all wanted. The world wanted Bud to sign the PBC. When 2018 came, the world wanted Bud Crawford to sign the PBC. You know what happened? The nigga re-signed back with Top Rank. Top Rank ain't got no fucking fighters, bro. That's why when I look at people, I'm like, no, Bud, he the GOAT. Who did he fight? This is no shade, bro. I respect the person with good talent, but who the fuck did you fight? You fought Amir Khan. When you look at the year he fought Amir Khan, bro, Amir Khan ain't been the same since 2007. Then the last time we got any glimpse of any hope of Amir Khan was right before he fought Danny Garcia, and Danny put him to sleep. Then he come back, and Bomac was his trainer. Then they got found, they test positive for PEDs. The whole 2014. Bomac camp, the whole Robert Garcia camp, all of these niggas was testing positive for PEDs, bro. Because of Victor Conte bitch ass. I want y'all to know that. Because of Victor Conte bitch ass. No, rest in peace, Vic, but this is a fact. Then that's when VADA testing started. And when Victor got that shit up off the ground, he like, I did it. So now every snack fighter that tests positive, USADA and all that, and VADA, they not going to test. Remember when Conor Ben and Clarissa Shields and Keyshawn test positive and they were snack fighters? Look who found them positive, bro. And then the Godfather, the Kingpin, Victor Conte come, do a motherfucker, do the wing wang. Now they not suspended no more, none of that. Now they beat they shit. But when Munguia, Canelo, and them bring proof and beat they shit, people still talk about them as they on PEDs. Like, for instance, Ryan Garcia never was on Osterine, because if he was, Devin Haney would have won that lawsuit. But Ryan won the lawsuit. And shout out to the what's my guy name? The boy Molly, some shit like that. The UFC guy we game all night. That's his name, Molly. The Caucasian brother, the white brother. He even went to court with Ryan Garcia, and he posted. Ryan, he the one that posted when they came out of court. Ryan Garcia tests negative for Osterine, and he won his lawsuit. That's how Ryan won the lawsuit. He never was on PEDs. The nigga never was on Osterine, y'all. Scooter and y'all need to go back, dissect and do y'all real research on that motherfucking that lawsuit Devin Haney had on Ryan. Then what happened? You heard with that? Yeah, I had to drop the lawsuit. No, nigga, you were suspended for a whole year too. Talk about it. Talk about it, Devin. You pop 32, but nobody don't talk about it. But I do. That's why my channel get warnings and strikes. But when I go on YouTube Studios, them motherfuckers be like, like when I go to the inspiration, people love your content. I know they love my content and how I dissect it, but I gotta stop getting zapped. Now we game all night. Check it out. I was on that, man. I was on that lawsuit when I came home. When I beat my case 2014. I was down for like 2.5 months. Like, bro, when I came, that's all I did. That's all I did. But I know the guy named Molly. He got all these tattoos. He be wearing like, I don't know, it's like dreads. He got like blonde black hair and shit. Yeah, I'm gonna send you a picture of him. But yeah, I still got the clip. It's on my shorts. I posted on my shorts. But a lot of people don't know about that shit. Cause a lot of people follow other people's narrative, and people gotta be understand this. A lot of these motherfuckers is paid by Turkey, Ari Emanuel, Ish Henson. No, shout out all y'all brothers, but let's keep it real. Y'all paying half of these fucking media outlets money. Shit, if it's like that, pay me some motherfucking money. Know what I mean? Pay me. Cause I'm the nigga that's telling the truth. So pay me. Be like, yo, man, I want you to, go somewhere else. Shit, throw me the paper. I'm cool with it. Know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I'm a live nigga. Nigga, I'm gonna tell you the truth and what's really going on in boxing. I ain't gonna bite my tongue for no motherfucking body. I mean, that's one thing I ain't gonna bite my tongue for nobody, but we about to see. And one thing about Oscar De La Hoya, you know, no, I always liked him as a fighter, even as a promoter, But at the end of the day, what Oscar need to learn is a lot of people look how you treated Canelo, and what I mean by that is that after once Canelo contract was up and he started, trying to get his Canelo promotions, whatever. But I'm gonna keep it real. I felt as though, no, he ain't really wanting to go the PBC route, which he still want that route. Got some fights over there, but I won't be surprised, man. At that time, I thought Canelo was going to come straight out and start Canelo Promotions, but he ended up going on a European tour with Eddie Hearn. Remember, they gave him what, like 275 million for 7 fights. And, I know when he fought Bivol. Canelo was doing what Oscar De La Hoya was doing. He liked Bivol a lot. Shout out to Bivol wife. One of the videos she exposed, but they took that shit down ASAP. Bivol wife exposed a certain video, and I don't know, Eddie Hearn, Matchroom, The Zone, they took that shit, they forced that bitch to take that shit down ASAP. And during that time, she was in the living room and she was watching Canelo. She was watching Canelo and she was talking. She was like, "My husband is so obsessed with this man. Like, all right, you got the victory. He gave you the victory. You're supposed to sign with them. What you're supposed to sign the Canelo promotions to be the first fighter over there. But yo, this shit just was weird. The next thing you know, the video disappeared. And bro, I should have recorded that shit on my other phone. But at that time, yes, a lot of that shit happened, and she just was exposing Bivol, how he's so obsessed with Canelo, etc. But the point I'm getting with Canelo is that and Oscar, the way you treated Canelo after he left and how you talk bad about him shows and proves you're going to do that to all of your other fighters. And Oscar De La Hoya was one of my favorite fighters. So that's how, even with Floyd, how Floyd handled the Tank situation, like all of the corny shit he doing now, bro. When you was standing by Tank the whole time, nigga, you could have signed Shakur, but you didn't. You signed Tank. You could have signed Devin Haney. That was the first nigga you was going to sign, but Tank came off and whooped Devin Haney ass. They all was in the doghouse. Tank was whooping all of their ass, and Floyd chose to sign Tank. He signed Tank. He signed Richardson Hitchens. He signed the nigga Bam Rodriguez at the time. This all 2015, 2016, going on in 2017. This is a fucking fact. I was on a run when this shit happened. 2015, 2016, I was on a run. Shout out to Ellie Setback. Ellie Setback, you can go back and watch all of his archives. Remember, everybody used to hate on Ellie Setback because he used to fuck with Tank and AB all day. Remember that. That's why I tell people, yo, you gotta go back in time. Shout out to ES News, Ellie Setback reporting. Like he got everything. His archives are heavy. You feel me? And I always loved his content, but at that time, Floyd could have signed all of them niggas, and he signed Tank and them niggas. I'm gonna be real. Like the Hitchens situation, Hitchens could have been in a better situation, but even Jaleel Hackett. But when you do certain things, people got to remember Floyd is one of those. He probably a nigga with money, but he probably a jealous nigga with money. You got them type of people. That how can I put this shit? That want to buy friends, because it's a lot of people that Floyd used to mess with. They don't mess with him. You watch Nelly took his bitch. You watch Ray J marry one of his bitches. The bitch Angel, shout out Angel, shout out. Sorry if I'm calling y'all that. It's just a figure of speech. But these beautiful women, they know Floyd. You feel me? And they just happen to get with certain people that was more down to earth. Because Floyd the type of nigga, well, bitch, he wanna front with you with his money, but he ain't got a thorough bone in his body. You feel me? He not his dad. He not Roger or some shit like that. You feel me? He just figured, well, I got the money. Well, I can do bro. That shit not always like that. Just like with you and 50, you know what I mean? Like, why you think 50 left? People probably look at the other situation about, like the Borsino breakdown, though, the SMS situation, all this and that. Listen, Floyd know what he was doing, and I dislike how he just put a certain narrative that was out there that wasn't really true. Floyd Mayweather, the one that got that bread for Gamboa to fight Bud Crawford, It wasn't 50. When 50 walked to that fight, he told Bud, he walked to see Bud, busted up with Bud. He like, damn, who you fighting? You're like, Gamboa. When he went to the room, he told Gamboa, like, how the fuck you fighting, nigga? Like, nigga, Floyd got the fight and he got 50,000 for that joint. You know? Like I tell people, bro, I remember all of this shit like it was yesterday. I remember all of this shit like it was yesterday, bro. When Bud was at 140, all that, bro, you could have fought Danny Garcia. Listen, that nigga been signed to Top Rank for a while. Timothy Bradley is silent manager, bro. This is all fucking fact. All of their manager was Cameron Duncan. It's Cameron Duncan, bro. Oh, Cameron Duncan was a manager. Cameron Duncan, all right, if I want to know if I got a dog. All right, I'm gonna send you here. All right, you got your test there. I'm gonna send you to Philly. That's what he did. Brian Norman. What he do to Brian? I'm gonna send you. Want the Bud? They said Brian Norman dropped Bud. Oh, he dropped him. He dropped Bud Crawford. All right. Well, I'm gonna send you to Philly. The nigga come up to Philly and got his ass whipped by Boots. This is a fact. This is the shit Brian, Cameron Duncan was doing. I want to see if I got a dog. Oh, you need better sparring partners? I was waiting for you to say that. Yo, Bozy, he always did that shit. Even with Canelo. When Canelo used to come to Philly and come fight Pooh and Farah Ennis. Those was his sparring partners when Canelo first came to the States, bro. Y'all people don't know this shit. I do, bro, because I was watching this shit. I was watching this shit. I just ain't start watching boxing. I've been watching this shit for a very, 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 very long time, bro. And I watched, it was certain people that was commentating, analyzing the sport. The Bull Carsino, Ellie Setback was always there. Barbershop Conversations was there. Dante Boxing was there. Like, Ness was there. No, but at that time, I never knew the motherfucking boxing voice. The nigga was an informant. But, you know, I don't know the nigga. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But he was there. You feel me? Shout out my other guy. It's called 78 something. He got the pit bulls, ball hitter brother. He always talked heavy. He was always there. The guys OG and them was there. OG boxing, OG blood, whatever, some shit like that. They was there. It was certain people that was there that was giving out the content that people really wanted to see. But one thing I can say, Ellie Setback had all of the best content. Ellie Setback, ES News reporting had all of the best content, bro. Talking about from 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. He had all of the best content. Until the motherfucker from Top Rank started working with, you know, the mob ball. And then that's when all of the dives, yo, they paid the referees off. That's why Deontay Wilder got 70 million. That's why Deontay Wilder said Tyson Fury cheated. Look at the referee. Deontay Wilder beat Tyson Fury. Look at the referee slow count. Look how Kambosos beat Tio. Tio beat Kambosos. Just look at the first round. Look at Harvey Dock. When Kambosos dropped Tio, you watch Tio Fimo get up from the campus, right? You watch him get up, come back out. When he threw the hook, he dropped Kambosos. Look at who Harvey Dock looked to. He looked at Bob Arum's stepson, the guy that was controlling the shit at the time, which the lawsuit came about. That's why ESPN ain't fucking with them, because their indictment happened. If y'all know, Teofimo case is a part of that. His fight is a part of that indictment. Tyson Fury Wilder fight is a part of that indictment. Every fucking Ukraine that won in 2022 is part of that indictment. I want y'all people to know this, but they selling this shit so bad, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm just saying, though, it's just like, remember the time Oscar De La Hoya was bitching about PBC? Well, PBC took all my fight. No, there's a difference, Oscar. Al Heyman became their advisor. So if he are their advisor and their manager and their contract's up, he's leaving with his fighters. He's leaving with his fighters, not yours. They're his fighters. They're his fighters, not yours. So when their contract up and they got that deal, they left. And that's Floyd Mayweather. Like, you so ungrateful, bro. They gave you a 5-fight deal, 150 million for a 5-fight deal. Plus, you still made $2 million per round. That's why we wasn't getting knockouts no more. People always blink this. No, he was getting $2 million per round. He wasn't fucking that up. I'm a Floyd fan, bro. I'm a Floyd fan, bro. And he was working on that shit when he was with Golden Boy. The nigga was getting 500, then he started getting 1,000,000 a fucking round. This is a fact. This is a fucking fact. This is a fact. And people are like, oh, no, nigga, I don't shoot off the hip. I've been watching this shit for so long. I've been a fan for so long. And yes, I've been a fan of Floyd for a very long time. But did he fight the best at that time? No. No. You retired with Andre Bertle. Why? When you could have fought Danny Garcia, Danny the champ, MGM. That initials make y'all name even more bigger. Mayweather, Garcia, main event. Or you could have fought Keith Thurman. Or you could have fought Sean Porter. But you end up fighting Andre Bertle coming off of loss, bro. But I understand, supposedly behind the scenes, Floyd promised Bertle a title shot. He promised Bertle will fight and threw Bertle to oops, so I can respect that. I can respect that. A man keeping his word, you know? But hey, to each his own, man. To each his own. You did? To each his own. But hopefully, you know, this Kenneth Sims, Arnold Barboza at welterweight, you know, it's their first fight at 147. Hopefully, you know, it's gonna be a banger. It's gonna be a banger. It's gonna be like a little chess match, probably the first 2 rounds, first 3 rounds. But the key thing about me, man, is you know, what's training camp for? Because I be disliking when motherfuckers like, you know, I'm rusty as shit. That's what training camp for, bro. Training camp is for you to knock off all that rust. So we won't get no excuse. That's what training camp for. You're sparring to knock off the rust. So long as you getting some type of elite sparring, you should be cool. Cause I be hate hearing that shit, bro. You feel me? Oh, you know, I had to knock the rust off. Nigga, I understand you was out a full year, right? But nigga, you got sparring sessions every Tuesdays and Thursdays, and you sparring 4 niggas every time. So all of that rust shit is you knocked it off. All of that rust shit, you knocked it off. Is that you didn't come and put on a great performance. That's what it is. You know, the other person just had a better opportunity than you did. His punch selection and output probably was better. You know, but it shows, you know, some people can come in drained, man. And that's what a lot of people don't be understanding. You know, shout out to Africa Hitchens for breaking the news about the Gustavo Lemos fight. You know how when he cut it weight, how he broke down that whole weight situation he went through. You know, a lot, especially fucking with the IBF, bro. You gonna go through a lot of shit, man. But it proves that a lot of these fighters is not fighting in a true weight classes. You know, a lot of these fighters is just, you know, shrinking a body, trying to be weight bullies, then they'll end up getting fucked up. You know? And one thing about a rehydration clause, y'all, if y'all don't know, just do y'all research. Every body sanction has a rehydration clause. One, you go to any state, I don't give a fuck, it's New York State, Pennsylvania State, California State. Every state has a rehydration clause. If I'm not mistaken, it's between a 15, 18 to a 21% rehydration clause. Certain states is limited like that, plus the body sanction. But you know, these people don't respect shit. They let Victor Conte in the game. Them niggas let a well-known cheater in the game. And it's like me, right? No, I got locked up. They label me a drug dealer, right? They label me a drug dealer. They label me a robber, a nigga with guns, etc., right? Y'all can label me that, right? But another nigga, a motherfucker, white motherfucker, can do the same thing as me. But y'all won't label him none of that. But y'all let him in the game and have him keep. Motherfucker, y'all let the nigga start selling pills in the pharmacy, selling fake pills in the pharmacy. But you'll lock a motherfucker like me up. Y'all don't get it. Y'all don't see it. Paul Crawford talk all of this shit about Manny Pacquiao being a cheat, but Manny Pacquiao was fucking with the same nigga you was fucking with, Victor Conte. Make it make sense, please. Please, somebody make it make sense. That's all I want to know. That's all I want. And you want to know what's so crazy? Even Sugar Shane exposed the. Listen, Sugar Shane just came to court, gave a statement. He didn't get pickled. He didn't get none of that. He just talked about the cream. And when he tested stuff, he tested positive for steroids. Them niggas got creams to make your body like a motherfucker could just rub some cream on a glove. It'll be clear. They'd touch your body. Remember how Shakur hit motherfucking Tio with that body shot? That cream could have been on that glove. and it'll drain your motherfucker. It'll make you weak. They did it to Spence, y'all. I'm just telling y'all certain situations. They try to do it to Ryan. I'm just letting y'all know the shit that's behind the scenes that goes on, bro. I'm just saying though, when you look at the New York State athlete, I want y'all to do y'all motherfucking research and look who Victor Conte helped start Vada with. And I want you to shout out to Kim, even though she resigned, she was part. She used to work for the New York State Athletic Commission and Vada, my niggas. You hear me? Yeah, pause. No diddy. You dig me? But at the end of the day, that lady, Kim, she worked for the New York State Athletic Commission and Vada testing. That's who Vic got. Listen, man, this motherfucker. But I'm gonna ask y'all a question. If we in training camp, I got me, my coaches, what the fuck is doctors doing here? Why is there a doctor there and the doctor is giving me shots instead of a pill substance or something? You feel me? Why is you getting shot up with a needle? That's steroids, my nigga. That's steroids. Bro, it's so fucked up. Let's say a person got asthma, right? And you can't even use your asthma pump to a ring. Because they label that as steroids, bro. It's crazy, y'all. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. But hey, man, it was a good show today. Shout out to Arnold Barboza, Kenneth Sims. First fight, first debut at welterweight. Hopefully boxing get a steal with this one. I got a gut feeling it's going to be a great fight, and hopefully the card be a great card. Shout out to Dana White. Shout out Nick Khan, Uri Emanuel, TKO, Ish Henson. Shout out the whole Zuffa boxing. Zuffa 3 was a fire card. I'm not. Listen, the prelims was lit. I'm not Rick Glazer, but I'm not glazing this card. And people like, oh nigga, you glazing, you a dick eater. No, I'm not. No Diddy, no, I'm not. I'm just it's certain fighters that I seen through this card that I became real fans of, And all I can say, man, Oswaldo Molina, man, I became a true fan. I like him a lot. I'm gonna start tuning into him. I'm about to go back and start watching his last 8 fights before his 9th fight. I like him a lot. He's tough. Shout out to Buke. If y'all don't know who Buke is, go back and watch him. He's from out Texas. I'm gonna go back and rewatch the 3 losses he took, and see what kind of losses they was. But I like his sharp style. And Robert Garcia got Emiliano Alvarado, and hopefully, Rob, you got one right here, baby. You got one. You got one. You got one. He's a switch hitter. Gant, I'm gonna tell you something about the kid Gant. Gant, it's your conditioning, bro. It's your conditioning, and you synced it. You synced the difference. You synced there's levels. You synced how Robert Garcia conditioned his fighters, and how this generation of fighters conditions be ass. Condition is everything. And shout out to Umar the Zenva. Yeah, Jans James Bekov, whatever his fucking name is. He was cool, but I just liked his situation. Yeah, Benito. Shout out to Jay Burrow Benito. No, I like him. I don't know if the nigga Hawaiian and Mexican. He from the bloodline. He a Uso. Shout him out. You know what I mean? But no, Melina grew on me. Shout out to Zuffa. Shout out to Melina. Shout out to Guadalajara. Y'all got one. Y'all got another one. I promise, y'all got one. Mexico. Mira Mexico. Viva Mexico. Like, y'all got one. Y'all got one. This kid. I'm watch. Y'all think watch. I'm stamping him. Watch. I just wish he was hey Canelo, please snatch this kid up. Please snatch him up. Please snatch him up. Cause this kid is dangerous. He's nice. He's dangerous. He's real nice. He's real dangerous. But yeah, shout out to everybody that pulled up on me. Shout out to Louis 13. Shout out to OT Boxing School. I appreciate you, broski. You know what we building. Shout out my brother. We game all night. Shout out to everybody that pulled up today. I'm being zapped. It's cool. They're gonna keep zapping me. That's what they do. But it ain't about nothing. Just don't let me find out who it is. You did. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna start leaving all these bitch ass niggas alone, man. Cause these motherfuckers be soft out here, y'all. And they don't really how can I say this shit? You know, people would talk all that heavy shit, but once you put pressure, yeah, the prelims was crazy. That's what I'm saying with Game On Night. I've been watching that shit since I started watching it when Emilio Alvarado was coming in. I just caught the back end of the first fight, but when he came in, it's the whole fight. I started seeing the card from there on up, and I liked it. I was tuned in. I was tuned in, bro. I was tuned in watching all that shit. But yeah, I'm about to get up on out of here. Know what I mean? Hey, Louis, I'm gonna get y'all joined. Y'all gonna be on my friend live doing, all right? So probably when y'all get home, I need to go on the VR. I'm gonna do something, and on your other phone, I'm gonna put it on the other phone to put the Discord. All right. Yeah, I was just talking to my junior and shit. Gonna pull up with my guy, man. But yeah, everybody, if your kids like gaming, you like gaming, go holler at my guy. We game all night. We game all night sports. We game all night VR. I promise you. Listen, his channel lit. His channel lit. You ain't got to worry about none of them other people, the corny shit they do. Go check my guy out. Yeah, that's his name. Now, I mean, go check my guy out. My kids over there. I come through, stop there, but my key goal is, uh, 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 the to help these kids go somewhere, where it's safe at. Because when you watch all of these other big ad, I'm talking about these a million subscriber channels. A lot of these people don't be right. You feel me? And I'm talking to every parent out there. So if you want your kid to come into the gaming shit, and you're on YouTube and you want them to watch any gaming, shout out my brother. We game all night. It's the best platform for it. I promise y'all, it's the best platform for it. And if you want your kids to watch something, you got Louis and Azza. They should be popping, you know. But shout out everybody. I'm up on out of here. I'm gonna see y'all. All the time, baby. We game is all the time, baby. It's all the time. Shout out my brother OT Boxing. Listen, go to OT Boxing School, right, y'all? Please go check out my brother, man. Go check out his videos, his breakdown clips. Like I said at the beginning of the show, I like what's going on because everything is aligning right. Just me dissecting the situation. My brother Santos coming out with the 0.5 speed so y'all can watch the fight. Then going in and watching a breakdown from OT boxing. Then you want to get like any more into detail with boxing and UFC. You got my brother. We game all night. Plus he's doing gaming. You know, and then you still got then you go over there, my brother Frontline. Shout out to Edwin Round One Sports Talk. Bro, it's just a big community we building, man, and we just want everybody to come on and eat. Now, I'm gonna send it to you, you know, and so we all can build and eat together. You know what I mean? And that's what it's about. It's about building a community because a lot of these other motherfuckers they got communities and they not gonna let us in because they part of the propaganda. We not. Ain't none of us a part of the propaganda. You feel me? And we gonna make it happen, Captain. But shout out to all the boxing content creators. Shout out to Mill City, my guy George. Shout out to Mill YSM. Shout out to motherfucking Greg Hackett. Shout out to motherfucking my guy Strictly Boxing that's here in Philly. Shout out to Hot Takes. Shout out to OT Boxing. Shout out to We Game All Night. Shout out my guy Herb Legend. Shout out Timmy T88. Shout out A Fast Life. Shout out Frontline automatic. You feel me? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Your frontline round one sports talk too. Shout out round one sports talk. Shout out motherfucking Edwin. Shout out D1. Shout out everybody because we coming in together as a community. You feel me? And we gonna eat together. You know what I mean? Shout out my brother H Money. Damn H, where you at, bro? Know what I mean? If my guy locked up, free H Money. Kendrell, pull up on me. Green, what up? Y'all niggas gotta pull up on me. If the guy not there, we gotta hold it down for him. You feel me? Keep our names alive. You know? But yeah, man, I appreciate everybody that pulled up because at the end of the day, what I wanted in life, it's aligning right. And we gonna build, y'all. We gonna build and we gonna grow. You know what I mean? We got everything. Listen, bro, we got everything in this community, man. I promise y'all, we got everything in this community, man. From talking sports to gaming to everything. I'm about to start doing videos of just shadow boxing, just do regular videos besides my lives. I'm just about to just do regular like 8 minute segment videos of just 8 minutes of shadow boxing or 10 minutes of shadow boxing and shit. Then we can do that shit together. I'm about to start doing videos like that. But at the end of the day, you meet beautiful people all around the world, man. There's beautiful people all around the world, man. And we all got a lot of things in common. Sports and gaming, you have a lot in common. Fashion and rapping, you have a lot in common. And that's what we all have. We all like the same things, but it's just to a certain extent. You know, like me, I make music and I love sports. So I had to create a sport podcast. And when I look at it, I'm like damn, like that's what rappers doing now, but I'm not gonna be a gossip nigga like them because I'm not a rapper. Know what I mean? I just love to make music. But if I blow up rapping, I'm a rapper, nigga. I'm rapping. I'm getting rap money. Know what I mean? It ain't nothing wrong with that. But I love football and boxing, man. And that's something. These two sports I love, I ain't gonna let nobody trying to come in this motherfucking sport and fuck America, especially American boxing, nigga. Especially they already came and fuck football up. You seen what the WWE did. Everything's scripted. And it was so crazy. They gotta tell you. They gotta tell you, oh, he's not following the storyline. What the fuck you mean storyline? Bro, this shit not WWE, nigga. When you start hearing the word storyline, you know everything is scripted. You know everything is scripted. And I learned that off the Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios first joint they dropped. It's like a 7 minute, 8 minute clip. And remember when Ryan Garcia, when they did the first press conference, and he was like, I love me some WBC. I love the WBC. When he was stating that, the woman was supposed to walk out, but they didn't. So when Ryan went back there, was like, yo, what's going on? The guy, the the security was like, Turkey don't want them on there. So Ryan was like, fuck that, come on. The next thing you know, what comes out? The 14-day wait situation. But you know what's so crazy about the 14 weight checking? Y'all do it, y'all drop it when it's fight week. Y'all drop it when it's fight week. And then y'all make up a lie to my yeah, Ryan had to pay $5,000. Bro, he don't none of that start until this to today, Monday. Monday all of that shit start. But when you got these people like Mike Coppinger, Max Kellerman in the back, and all these shell companies, this is the corny shit they do. But besides that, y'all, I'm up on out of here. Enough of the exposing. You know, you know what it is. It's all facts. No Pink Sport Podcast. I'm your host, 1-3. We don't let nothing marinate. We get straight to the sauce. You hear, Ski? And I'm up on out of here.